Talking with Doug Upstone from ImpactWageringSolutions.com and Steve from CollegeFootballWinning.com, previewing college football Week 14 here on the SBR TV College Football Experts Roundtable. All right, Steve, the second game you want to talk about is BYU Hawaii, kind of a lesser game with teams we haven't discussed this year on the Roundtable. It's at Hawaii. BYU is off of a bye. Hawaii is sort of like in shambles. They have a point-shaving scandal they're dealing with. Their defense still seems pretty okay, though, so maybe that can keep them in games. Their offense is decimated by injuries. They are supposedly looking for a win for bowl considerations, though. Hawaii, a 7.5-point home dog. Why'd you pick this game?
Everyone fell off the BYU bandwagon after that just terrible Utah loss. But if you look at BYU, they have been an unsung, fantastic team to bet on this year. They are 8-3 against the spread. Away, they're 3-1, and this is an away game for them. Contrast that with Hawaii. Hawaii is 3-8-1 against the spread this year. Even at home, they are 2-4 against the spread, and that includes just against FBS teams. They're 1-4 at home. This is Hawaii we're talking about at home. BYU is number 4 in the nation in third down conversions. But if you consider just the last 2 months, they're number 1 far and away in third down conversions, more than 67.5% in converting third downs in the last 2 months. And this is speaking to my point that BYU has had this fantastic turnaround. What does that translate to in terms of betting this game? BYU can hold on to the ball longer because they're converting those third downs now. And when they're holding on to the ball longer, they're keeping that passing offense, that potent passing offense that Hawaii still has, off the field. And by the way, BYU's total defense away is ranked 3rd in the country. They're behind just Alabama and Virginia Tech. I think this number is off. I think this number is reflective of Hawaii of former years, but not this year against the spread. So you can get BYU -7. And I like BYU laying 7, but not more than that, even though they're playing on the Big Island.
Yeah, and that line does seem to be going down a bit too. Yeah, I mean, traditionally you think of BYU as a poor road team, and Hawaii is such a great home team, and that would explain why this line is a little bit off. Doug Upstone from Impact Wagering Solutions. It's kind of an obscure game. What light can you shed on these lines?
Well, what you have, every point that both of you have made is correct. Hawaii is 16-10 as a home underdog since 2000. Mm-hmm. So, typically they'd be a pretty solid wager. But as you mentioned, the injuries really have taken their toll on this team, and it's just not the same deal. There's one really important thing that you can look at in this game that pretty much tells the whole story. These teams have played 4 common opponents this year. BYU has beaten those teams by an average of 21.5 points per game. Hawaii, against those very same teams, has beaten them by a single digit. So that's a difference of over 20 points per game. Hawaii hasn't covered the spread since October 1st. I think you have to go with BYU in this situation.
All right.